Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome you to an event that marks a forward move in the arena of technology and innovation. I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I think we just have one mic that we can share. We stand on the tip of a new era where artificial intelligence is not just a buzzword, but a tangible reality that is beginning to transform the world we know. Today's session is hosted by Minara Chamber of Commerce and the innovative Esquire Technologies, which is part of my company. We are gathered here to travel into AI and explore its boundless potential. We are honored today to have with us two distinguished guest speakers who are at the forefront of this revolution. An esteemed expert from HP, Mr. John Gapian, whose insights into AI are shaping the future, and Mr. Muhammad Asmal, our keynote speaker, a visionary AI specialist. I'd like to introduce Mr. John Gapian. He's going to give us an insight on HP itself, telling us about the technology, where HP is going, and I think that's going to be an eye-opener for a lot of us in terms of where AI is going and where we're going with technology nowadays.
Good morning, everybody. So my name is John. I'll be talking to you about AI, some of the technologies that we see, some of the influences, and particularly some of the growth and the new technologies going forward into the markets. Also going to try and clarify and define AI, because I think there's also a lot of confusion, a lot of misunderstanding, and a lot of learning to be had on AI as well. So if there's any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll try and answer as much as I can. If not, I'll definitely get back to you. So definitely AI is changing the way humans interact with computing. Now, to kind of put things in perspective, and I don't want to give away my age, but when you look at, there's talk about inflection points. So if you look at some of the important transitions that we've seen in computing technology, going back to the 1980s when we introduced the graphical user interface, I think was one important change from the industry point of view. Second thing was the internet, right? I think when the internet started growing, again, not giving away my age, but if you remember the 56K and dial-up sounds and the modems and all that stuff. Y2K, 1999, the transition, everybody's really stressing about what's going to happen when the clock strikes at 12 at 1999 and going to 2000. I think Y2K was one of these other crazy things that we in the industry. And for sure, I think since then it's kind of been steadily growing in the industry, but for sure AI is revolutionary, the way things are going to be changing, the way it's going to be driving technology. I think AI is definitely another one of these inflection points. What I also just want to kind of explain is that AI is not new. AI has been around for a while. We've had AI on computing devices for many, many years. And to give you an example, things like, we've had AI-based noise reduction. Every time you use your smartphone, you unlock your phone using facial recognition. That's using AI-based technology. Self-driving cars, okay, we're not quite there yet, but I think also something that Tesla's been out for a while. Again, it's not new. AI has been around for a while. That's quite important to understand as well. Just what are we talking about AI moving forward? And I'll cover it in the next couple of slides. What is driving AI? We see AI playing an important role is managing data. Now, the analysts are saying in 2020, and these are global figures, we created 45 zettabytes of storage. Honestly, I did not know what a zettabyte was before I had the slides. 45 zettabyte is 1 trillion gigabytes of storage, and that's a huge amount of data, guys. Also predicting that the growth will be going to 163 zettabytes of storage by 2025. So if you kind of put things in perspective, out of that 163 zettabytes of storage, analysts are saying about 80% will be unstructured data. So 20% will be structured data like Oracle databases, SAP databases, customer databases. But the unstructured data is also because quite critical in terms of managing it, in terms of accessing that data and getting useful information out of that data. And that's where we see a big growth from AI. I'm possibly the worst example now because my example, I've got a OneDrive 365 Office subscription with Microsoft. I have a terabyte of storage. On the terabyte of storage, I have about 800 gigabytes of photographs and movies and videos. And I would say probably out of that 800 gigabytes of storage, I have about 300 gigabytes of photographs, images, videos. That's all duplicated. Now for me to go sit there and check every single file, which is duplicated, which I've copied, which I've saved in a different folder, it's really painful. Right? So now I'm actually using AI to clean up the data, clean up those videos, clean up the duplicates, and and really helps me manage that data. And that's where we see AI being critically important. And again, just to explain, when people are asking about AI, just be clear on what you're asking for. Quite often you get emails like that HB saying, does this PC have AI? Yes, it does, but what sort of level are you talking about? And typically, just to put things into context, when people talk about AI today, they're talking about generative AI. Now what that means is, unlike some of the other AI that we have, is that generative AI is basically taking that raw data or taking that unmanaged data and creating new content. And that's where it becomes quite interesting. Creating that data, using that data and making new content that hopefully is useful to you, that gives you information that you weren't aware of, that you bring something to, or that you can use in your business environment. And this is what we're going to be talking about today, is really generative AI and what you can do from an organization point of view. Just to quickly, on a slightly more technical level, but just to give you an idea how AI models work, and this is quite important to understand because it hasn't, it's quite important how it's driving the technology from a PC client point of view. So historically, how it works is basically you have also the data sitting in the cloud, you have an agent transformer that scans all the data, manages all the data, and they talk about LLMs. Again, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it's one of these catchphrases that's coming quite to the fore. It's large language models. So you have two different, we'll call it engines that scans the data and actually transforms the data into useful content. And then there's an adoption layer that basically fine-tunes the answer that the research engine is getting, and then hopefully, then produces content that would be useful to you. Obviously, just be aware also that a lot of data is unchecked, unfiltered, so you obviously still need to check and make sure that whatever the results you're getting is still accurate when it comes to producing results in an office environment. So that's just from a high-level point of view how the AI models are working. Where it becomes important from a PC client point of view is because what we're seeing today is that most of the work is actually being done on the cloud. So for example, we talk about ChatGPT, Copilot, all these things, all of that sits in the cloud. And there's a big drive to move that intelligence that sits in the cloud to move into a local device. And this is really seen specifically from a hardware point of view where the technology is changing. The benefits of having it on a local device is that first of all, there's less risk. You don't have data going backwards and forwards between the local device and the cloud device, and cloud storage. It tends to be a little bit quicker. And also, for example, ChatGPT, I think ChatGPT charges $20-25 a monthly subscription fee, right? So the idea is really to reduce some of the costs associated with having the AI data stored in cloud environments. Just how to drill that down to from a PC point of view, what we've seen from a technology is that technology changing, right? So recently Intel, AMD, Qualcomm launched a new range of processors, and historically when we talk about processors, for example, you talk about a Core i5 at 2.6 GHz or 3.4 GHz, whatever the case is, right? That will be changing, like I'll explain in the next few slides what that will be changing too. But historically when we talk about processors, we always talk about the CPU, the central processing unit. We talk about graphics, if it's either shared graphics or dedicated graphics, including on the graphics board. But what is new is this NPU, and then, again, when we talk about LLMs, catchphrases, NPU for sure will come to the market as well. So NPU basically means neural processing unit. So this is a separate processor that's been, or separate chip that's been designed to take some of the AI workload off the graphics processor, which is quite intensive, which is quite power hungry. Also take the workload of the central processing unit. So when you're doing Excel words, when you're doing email, and you have the AI cluster in the background, it's not going to drain your CPU, your processing power for your day-to-day tasks, because it will be efficient very quickly performing everyday applications. Secondary, there's also VPU, so the NPU is more around text and data and numbers, and then there's also vision processing unit will be coming, but that's going to be more around audio, video, and high-end graphics and these other things. But more important to right now is the neural processing unit that's now part of the new processors. TOPS. So this is not I spoke about NPU, I spoke about LLMs. TOPS for sure is going to be another keyboard. So what I was saying was, moving from Core i5, for example, to the Core i5 discussion, 2.4 GHz, you go more and more, we're going to be talking about TOPS. What's the performance of the TOPS? So again, TOPS is an acronym that basically means tera operations per second. So it's a trillion operations per second performed by the NPU. So it's important to distinguish. It's not performed by the CPU, it's performed by the NPU. That's becoming quite an important measurement moving forward. The reason why I say that because, and this hopefully will kind of define when people are asking about AI, exactly what they're asking for. So if you look here on, so my left-hand side, your right-hand side, so currently, if for example, I'm going to talk about HP specific product series, if you look at our G10 products, so for example, the legal data on the G10, doesn't have, it's got the 12th generation or 13th generation processor, but it doesn't have an NPU. So this would have be defined as an illegal A40 with built-in AI, because it does not have an NPU. We've recently introduced our G11 range of notebooks, which is the new 14th generation of the processors, and this processor has an NPU. So the NPU would be either enhanced by AI and designed for AI. Now these are benchmarks that basically Microsoft is using. So what they're saying is, what Microsoft has defined is if an APU has less than 40 TOPS, it basically is enhanced by AI. If it's more than 40 TOPS, it's designed for AI. So it's quite important because the messaging can be quite blurry in terms of exactly where the performance is from an NPU point of view, but that is how Microsoft will distinguish that moving forward. So if you see a PC that says designed for AI, it means it's got an NPU and it's more than 40 TOPS. If it's enhanced by AI, it means it's got an NPU but less than 40 TOPS. And if it's built-in AI, it basically does not have an NPU. So it's quite important to understand. So if a customer says there's my PC have AI, just understand exactly what they're asking for, and this will hopefully explain it. Because the TOPS benchmark will be going more and more to the fore. So why is AI important in the future of work? So this becomes quite interesting because obviously it's from a productivity point of view, right? So let's say it will be boost global GDP by 7%, perform a lot of tasks more efficient, and I can talk a little bit more detail. Because it's one thing having AI, as I mentioned, for example, ChatGPT, Copilot, all of these have subscription fees. So you need to make sure there's return on investment, right? It doesn't make sense to have the Copilot enabled as an example, but you're not using it or you're not getting efficient results out of it. So make sure that there's return on investment on the investments. So some of the functions that we see, automate busy work to focus on what matters. So for example, if you have a 40-page document that you need to read, you can ask Copilot to summarize it in a couple of hours and make it not easy to adjust what you need to adjust. Automate meetings. This I find a little bit scary, but if you have regular meetings, you can actually send out meetings, minutes and agendas and updates according to, my prime example is this. So we have Copilot at the office, in an office environment, we have a Copilot license. The other day I was a couple of minutes late for a meeting, it was about 10 minutes late for a meeting. I joined the meeting, it was a Teams meeting, I joined the meeting, I got a message from Copilot saying, we noticed that you joined the meeting late, do you want me to summarize the items you have missed? I was like, whoa, okay, that's pretty scary, right? So it's really giving you some these notifications. Can be a little bit painful because I find now whenever I open Excel saying, do you want me to summarize? When I open a document, do you want me to include? Just calm down a bit, I know what I'm doing. But yeah, so the Copilot obviously does help in some matters. Do important tasks faster than ever. So auto-create PowerPoint, and I think that's quite interesting. And I'm not on the video on this afterwards on Copilot specifically, but I didn't show you before, but this presentation, the full deck is 317 slides. Don't worry, I'm not going to show you 317 slides. But it basically autopilot created a summary from here. Right? I just said I want to focus on AI technology, so basically took up all the product detail stuff and just left in the AI base of the slides left. So that's quite important. Basic things like finding trends in data. Now this from an HP point of view, I think is very useful. HP, we're a $30-40 billion organization, but unfortunately we still spend a lot of time in Excel, right? So, most of the work, pricing, quotes, we're still Excel-based. Finding data, we look at sell-out reports, aged inventory reports, stock-on-hand reports. A lot of stuff is still done in Excel. And we typically, some of the tasks are quite repetitive. Now, again, AI Copilot can help you manage the data and really mine the data and give you a lot more results efficiently than you could ever do. So really cut down Normally in a meeting, we probably spend about 45 minutes going through the data. There's a Copilot who will do it in a matter of seconds for you. Do what was previously impossible. So things like real-time translations, I think we're seeing more and more important, especially when we're traveling. And this is what I'm saying about generated AI. So generate images, generate videos, and I even see, for example, like on Instagram, you've got to be careful and make sure that the content you look at is actually real content, not AI produced, so it becomes a little bit blurry. And then instant access to data, which again from an HP point of view is quite important. So Microsoft Copilot 365, I will video that we shall play, but also bear in mind it's probably one of the most well-known software applications currently using AI, but by no means the only one. I've got a couple more examples of some of the other software. Just to show you exactly what AI, if you're not familiar with Copilot, what it can do for you on a day-to-day basis. So some of the stuff is probably scary, I think. But there's always this concern about, one of the reasons my job is more AI coming to the market is, I heard a quote from somebody at Microsoft saying that AI is not really meant to replace people, but what they're saying is people with AI skills will be replacing the people without AI skills. So just be more than just be able to deal with AI. And from an HP point of view, we do a lot of training when it comes to AI. So as I said, this was Copilot example. There's a lot of plugins coming through for Copilot, different software vendors giving different solutions to answer different customer requirements. And for sure, Copilot is not the only example. There's a whole range of other software vendors that are producing applications and the software. This was quite important to understand, right? I spoke about the NPU, but it's important having a processor with NPU if you don't have the application that can take advantage of it. So you've got to make sure that the software that you're buying or the hardware that you're buying are compatible with each other, otherwise you can't expand this. Okay, where again from an HP point of view is quite important is because we see a big growth coming through from an AI perspective. The nice thing about it is because typically you'll find that AI-based devices will be the high-spec devices, not necessarily the lower end. The lower end will generally speaking struggle with the performance. From an HP point of view, that means that more high-end devices will be sold, typically a higher AUP, and hopefully have a bit more profit as well. So that makes it quite interesting. And what we're also saying, we talk about refresh cycles. And I must say the IT industry, particularly on the hardware side, has been pretty tough the last couple of years. I think we had COVID 2020, the market went a little bit crazy. There were shortages, people buying basically whatever they could buy and find in stock. But since 2020, early 2023, the market slowed down quite significantly. So what the analysts are predicting is AI will drive growth again, combined with, for example, like Windows 11, Windows 10 becomes the end of life in October 2025. And also, I spoke about COVID, a lot of the devices bought in 2020 are now 45 years old, so again, people will be refreshing. And hopefully they'll be refreshing with our AI-based ready devices, so from a hardware point of view, which shows the growth in the markets. So what is our, just drilling it down to HP point of view, is what is our strategy? We're really doubling down on powerful innovations and future-based products. So, I'm a product guy, so I do have to show some product stuff. So, just from a lineup point of view, I've got 4 slides on products, so don't worry. From a lineup point of view, so we recently just refreshed our product range. So I spoke about generations G10, G11. So G11 we started manufacturing in March, so April, May timeframe. So we'll see that if you look at, for example, the Disney price list will start, well, in fact, the very long added the G11 product range. G11, pretty much across the series, on an Intel point of view, will have this new NPU that I was talking about. So, for example, so we're now no longer talking about Core i5 or U7. So that U basically indicates that it has an NPU, so basically has the AI-based processor. So that will cover across the range from 400 series up to Dragon, so up to 1000 series. As exception is Dragonfly and this Ultra G1Q, which I'll talk about in the next couple of slides. AMD, so that's the Intel view. AMD is a little bit different. So we're also refreshing G11, but the AMD solution, the AI-based processor, the 8000 range, will only be on our EliteBook 800 series. So just bear in mind, so obviously, again, just trying to understand what your customers are asking for. Please buy drinks. So just understand what your customers are asking for. So if they do want the NPU, obviously you need to quote either the G11s, the G10s will be around for a while still, but if they want AMD specifically, it needs to be on the 800 range. So just be careful in terms of positioning the correct product according to your customer requirements. One thing, so I'm going to go a little bit more detail on one product specifically, and because it's really unique, is that we've recently launched and actually started production, July, 16th of June started production. So the EliteBook Ultra, so it's quite a mouthful, the EliteBook Ultra G1Q 14-inch notebook AI PC. The reason why I want to focus on this product specifically, if you go back to, if you remember a few slides ago, I was talking about enhanced by AI, designed for AI. So the current range of PCs, the G11s, as I mentioned, the Intel, and this is across all vendors, right? So the current range of Intel processor, the new range of processor, sits about maximum of about 33 tops. AMD with the 8000 range of processor with the NPU sits about 39 tops. So those two, even though the new range of processors do not reach the 40 tops, so they are still enhanced for AI. What we have coming is this notebook with the 14GQ, which basically sits at 45 tops. So this will be the only device in the market right now, which will basically be designed for AI. So quite important, but also to understand it's a Qualcomm-based processor. It's not Intel. There are two major vendors from a processor point of view, is Intel and AMD. This is Qualcomm-based, which is typically not something that you see on notebook devices. And obviously one of the benefits around it is because it is 45 tops, it's really designed for AI, and it has all the features required to do local inferencing on the AI-based technology. So that's quite important moving forward. Just a quick snapshot. So as I said, designed for AI, 45 tops. From a technology point of view, has some new features built into it, but I'll cover some of the new features in the next few slides. Okay. New innovations, and I'm going to talk, there's a couple of slides that I'm going to skip, but we'll talk more about some of that AI stuff we're doing to you. This I've spoken about, we're going from the old CPU, GPU to the NPU, CPU, and GPU. From a product point of view, we've redesigned some of the products, and we're going for a more modern look on some of the 400, the 600, and the 1000 as a new look and feel. But more importantly is that also the keyboard being slightly redesigned. So I spoke about the 40 tops mark, the 40 tops mark that Microsoft is defining a design for AI. Microsoft has also said, if you want it to be designed for AI, you need to have the Copilot button, shortcut button onto the keyboard, which you now added on the G11. So you see the G11 moving forward, and then the Copilot button on this part of the keyboard. Then we made a whole bunch of enhancements when it comes to sound and video, which I discovered, this is quite cool. And the reason why I say it because I use it quite often. So I've got my notebook camera, I've got a 24-inch display on my desk, I've got a camera on my display. Most of the time, because you're doing these meetings and customer calls, you're looking at your 24-inch, or I'm looking at my 24-inch display, and I've got the camera going on my home, okay, people looking at the side of my face, right? So with what AI does now is AI will actually sense which camera that you're looking at will automatically switch to that camera, so again giving you that additional feature. What it also does, which I think is a little bit freaky, force creepy, typically, again, when you have these presentations, you've got your camera sitting on top of your screen, and you've got the PowerPoint, Excel, whatever, customer sitting on the screen below the camera. And normally what happens is you look at the screen and the camera, you're not making eye contact with your customers because you're not looking at the camera. So what's also with this little gadget, that actually simulates you looking directly at the camera, even though you're not looking at the camera, which I think is freaky at times. So making that last impression with the AI, not sure you can see clearly with the bright lights, but basically you can adjust your appearance, you can adjust the colors, the brightness. And one thing which I didn't realize before was this blur in the background. Again, what I used to do with a Teams call, because when a Teams call from home, I used to blur out the background, but I didn't realize how handy it is on the processor. So now that's been taken off with the NPU, and the NPU actually manages that workload, so it's quite interesting to know. This I use quite often, so you see, I've got a relatively fair complexion, so again, you're not really seeing it as a bright light, but basically it loops the video where it actually improves the backlight and the low lights within a specific environment to give you the necessary moving forward when you have customer calls. Okay, this I think is actually super cool. So, before when you had these cameras, you had to sit in front of your camera. If you moved away, it actually couldn't follow your movement, right? So this can actually automatically track your movement. You can actually auto-frame it as well, so you can set this is not new, but it's just a continuous improvement because it's not been taken off the CPU to the APU. So you can actually either frame your head and your shoulders or your upper body, so again, just to give you that additional flexibility. Very cool. Your feature is that you can showcase your organization, so you can actually customize your signature. You can incorporate your customer logo, your contact details, and so forth. So people when they look at you, they can actually see your details and contact you and give you more relevant information. Now this is very interesting. So audio tuned by Poly Studio. I'm not sure if you joined the workshops yesterday, the Amplify, but HP bought Poly about a year, 18 months ago, and we obviously started to incorporate some of the Poly technology within our devices. So things like Poly Studio, where you actually record almost studio quality type of sound using AI, dynamic voice and everything. So if you, for example, there's one guy at the office who likes to walk around the whole time you're doing a presentation, this will actually pick up the sound outside. You don't have to be stuck directly in front of you. You can walk around with like a 3 meter circumference, it picks up the voice, and it cancels out the noise outside of it. And also you can set what they call an acoustic fence. So if you're sitting in a room, you can actually make it like an imaginary fence almost, and it blocks out the sound outside of the specific area. So that's just taking advantage of some of the quality technologies coming to markets.
Hey team, thanks for
this will then showcase dynamic voice editing, like was that walking around and going to listen to what the person saying.
Some notes for us?
Yes, so I met with them yesterday. They're just waiting on the PO to come through. David, do you have an ETA of when that might happen?
Yeah, I believe John's going to sign off on the PO on Tuesday, so we'll go with that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I've got my notes here. Let's go ahead and walk through everything.
And likewise, also then the AI-based noise
The
reduction.
first draft from the
And we
agency.
use that to make one often and apply it to the law.
Okay, so we just got the first draft in from the agency. I'm going to go ahead and give my review, and I'll forward it to you, and you guys can give me all your feedback.
So very simple, enablers, dogs barking, ambulance driving by, people not really any outbound noise with the AI-based noise reduction. Lastly, I just want to talk about security because AI works very well when it comes to giving additional benefits, but also AI can be used in a negative way, right? I think if you look at some of the viruses coming to market, malware, trojans, ransomware, obviously we're getting a lot more sophisticated. We've also, break down the defenses important. So what we've done is we have this endpoint security controller, which is a dedicated chip that sits on the motherboard, which manages our security offering. And we have a wide range of security solutions built into the devices from the ground up, right? So I said AI can be used in a negative positive way, but it can also be used in a negative way. So that is where the endpoint security controller, which manages, and I'm going to talk specific about Shirkly, because Shirkly is one thing I used to offer. For example, I read an article, when I read an article online, there's all the links to other articles, you can open a new tab, or open a new tab, and probably about 20, 25 different tabs open. But all these different tabs are potential security risks. So what Shirkly does is, every single tab will actually run its own little virtual machine. So if you get software or Trojan or ransomware attack within a specific tab, it doesn't have the possibility to migrate to your documents, to your settings, just close it, and then that ransomware is gone. It's really as simple as this. And with that, we bring you to the end of my presentation. I will say thank you very much. If there's any more questions, feel free to text me afterwards in front, or I'll go to Mr. Muhammad. Thank you.
Like show of hands, how many of you guys use Copilot? Do you guys know Copilot? You need to Google it. It's actually quite an interesting tool. It's somehow does everything. You can do press releases. It's really, I mean, if you want to write a speech out, like in Copilot, just say, give it some keywords and voila. I mean, it basically does everything for you. My next, I'd like to call Suleiman Sheikh, who has a long-standing relationship with the keynote speaker, and I'd just like to give some intro on the keynote speaker.
Good morning, Assalamu alaikum. It's a pleasure and an absolute honor to introduce our guest speaker, Muhammad Asmal. Muhammad hails from a small town called Esquire in the KZN Midlands. He's now based in this bustling metropolis called Pietermaritzburg. Alhamdulillah, he started his business just over 10 years ago. He runs a very successful digital marketing agency, but over the years he's become a sought-after global AI marketing consultant advising business leaders around the globe. And he advises them on how to leverage AI to expand and grow their businesses. So besides his digital marketing agency, he's the founder of AIleadbuilder.com. Check it out on the website, on Google. Very interesting site, and he focuses on all things AI driven marketing, so all AI driven marketing solutions. He's becoming a TikTok sensation. Check out his TikTok videos. He's sought after international speaker, especially across the US. When you consider US being the home of Silicon Valley and large tech companies, it's quite an achievement that a small town Esquire boy is being called to address these global conferences. He's been featured in Business Insider, Yahoo Finance, Dubai Daily, and a host of other international publications. His aim is to empower businesses, business owners, business leaders, and digital marketers, with cutting-edge AI marketing-driven solutions, and to help them grow their businesses. So, Mohammed, the floor is yours, and welcome.
Thanks for that lovely intro, Sheikh. So firstly, just to get a sense of the room, can you guys tell me what your AI IQ is, if you had to give yourself a grade? So, does anyone feel they are 0? Just a show of hands. Okay. From 1 to 5. Okay. And from 5 to 9. That's good. Anyone on 10? Okay. So, I know you guys have been learning about AI all the time.
How do you see this new AI era? it's a beast. There's only two types of companies in this world, Morgan. Those who are great at AI and everybody else. If you don't know AI, you are going to fail. Period, end of story. Whether you are an employee, you're going to have to understand it, how it impacts your job, or how you can use it to be better at your job. Same if you're a student, the same thing. And if you're a CEO, you can't just say, okay, I'm going to get my tech guys to understand it and educate me on it. You have to understand it, because it will have significant impact on every single thing that you do. There's no avoiding it.
So those are strong. So let's hear from
If you are not using AI tools every day of your life, you're making a huge mistake. You've got to start training. Whether you need it or not is irrelevant. You're gonna need it, and you're gonna interact with it every day. So the faster you're good at it. Remember when you met executives 20 years ago, 10 years ago, that still don't even use email, and they have their like secretary print out the email, when it felt so weird? That's how not using AI will feel.
So you guys know who Gary Vee is? If you still need more convincing.
So you've heard Mark Cuban and Gary Vee tell you how important it is to learn and know AI. But maybe you need an AI to convince you. So I am Muhammad's AI avatar. Yes, that's right. I'm not Muhammad. I'm just his AI avatar. So put simply, those that embrace AI will be successful, and those that don't will be left behind.
So that was my AI avatar. Did anyone notice that it was an AI avatar? No. Okay? So if you still need more convincing, maybe you need another language.
Alors, vous avez entendu Mark Cuban et Gary Vee vous dire à quel point il est important d'apprendre et de connaître l'IA. Mais peut-être avez-vous besoin d'une IA pour vous convaincre. Je suis donc l'avatar IA de moi-même. Oui, c'est exact. Je ne suis pas Mohamed. Je suis juste son avatar IA. Pour faire simple, ceux qui adoptent l'IA réussiront et ceux qui ne le font pas seront laissés pour compte.
Alright, so that's me speaking French. If you still need more convincing,
マーク・キューバとゲイリーが AI を学び知る重要性を話して聞いた。でも、あなたを納得させるために AI が必要だ。私はムハンマドの AI アバター。はいです。私はムハンマドではありません。私は彼の AI アバターに過ぎません。AI を受け入れる人々は成功しそうでない人々は取り残されるということです。
okay, so that was me speaking Japanese as well. Right? So now, can you see we have the power to now speak multiple languages? We have the power to duplicate ourselves, we can create AI avatars of ourselves, and this will allow us to reach a global audience. Now, AI has literally changed my life. So I've been in digital marketing since 2013, and I've been using AI tools since 2018. But the trigger was ChatGPT. You see, when ChatGPT came out, I tried it out and I was amazed at how powerful it was. Because remember now, I've been using AI tools since 2018, but it was nothing compared to ChatGPT. So I was so excited, I wanted to tell the whole of South Africa how powerful this tool was. So I started making TikTok and Instagram videos telling people how to use ChatGPT and AI tools in general. But little did I know that the whole world would start seeing my videos. So pretty soon I was being requested from people all around the world for AI coaching and consulting. I remember I'd never done AI coaching and consulting before that, but I had to do it because people are requesting it. And pretty soon I was addressing CEOs, I was addressing marketing teams. I even had a billionaire ask me for advice on AI. Now when I say billionaire, I mean a billionaire in dollars, not in rands. So, and all this happening, why? Because of content. Then I started getting invites. I started getting invites to speak here at events in Miami, in Orlando, in Fort Lauderdale, and many more online. And due to my content, I was also featured in Yahoo Finance, Dubai Daily, Business Insider, Financial Post, and many other international publications. And how this all started off? just from content. From here in South Africa, from Johannesburg, but reaching a global stage. Now I want you to picture this. You are on an important Zoom call, right? You're on an important online meeting, and all of a sudden, the power goes off. Now we know this. We are all familiar with this. This is load shedding, right? But do any of you guys know who this guy is? This is John Asmal, right? He's a neuroscience guy. So he's very popular in America. And as you can see on his Facebook, he has 848,000 followers. Altogether, online, he has well over 1 million followers. Now, why I'm telling you this is because this is a true story. I was on a call with him, and my power went off. Load shedding. Now, it took me about 8 minutes to go get the generator back up and get my internet back up because the problem we have in Pietermaritzburg, we don't even have fiber in my area. So when the power goes off, my internet goes off also. So luckily it took me about 8 to 10 minutes to get everything back on. But he waited for me. Now why am I telling you this? Because, I don't know who said this, but someone much smarter than me said, imperfect action is always better than perfect inaction. And that is what holds us back. Because if I could grow my following, I could grow my business through load shedding, through whatever we have in our country, so that there's no excuses. Because I can reach a global stage, I did reach a global stage with all these circumstances. So all of us here, there's no one that has any excuse. We have the power with social media, and we have the technology with AI for anyone to reach a global audience. And the best part is, you are not too late. Many people think, oh, they missed this AI rush. The truth is, you haven't missed it. I'm coming from Miami. 2 weeks ago, I was in Miami. And let me tell you that majority of the people there still haven't started using AI. So we think that, America is so far ahead of us, or that we are so behind them. You still have time. Not a lot of time, but you do have time. So it's not too late, even if you start today. And another thing to consider, they're calling me in America to teach them about AI. So can we just think about that? So we all have this opportunity that we can take advantage of these technologies and use it to our advantage. Now most people know about ChatGPT, right? That's what made AI famous. As the speaker before me said, that AI has been around for years, and we have been using it ourselves. Everyone here, I'm pretty sure, has used autocorrect. When did autocorrect come out? In a BlackBerry, I don't know how many years ago. And so you're using some form of AI and you didn't even know it. Now, when we use one AI tool, example ChatGPT, whatever it is, that's good. But when we can combine multiple AI tools together, that is when we will see the true power of AI. And I also want you to get over this notion that, only ChatGPT. ChatGPT is good, it's pretty decent, but there are many other tools that are even more powerful than that, and that you should actually explore all of them. And remember, with these tools, they are all competing with each other. So they're going to continue going back and forth. One is going to become more powerful, then the next one will make an update, and that will get more powerful, and you'll carry on and on. But we all know this. Everyone that's a business owner knows that content is king, right? We all know we need to create content. That's everyone's problem. They don't know, they know that they need to create content, but they don't know how to create it. So I'm going to share with you a simple strategy that you can use AI to create 264 pieces of content per month. I want you to think about this. Which other business currently anywhere in the world is creating 264 pieces of content per month? I'm pretty sure it will be very hard to find any. So you have this technology. I'm going to share with you a simple formula that anyone can do that will allow you to create this. And the best part is, we're going to create this based on data. So we're not just going to pull out content from anywhere and create any type of content. We're going to create data-driven content, because that's what our audience is telling us, what type of content they are looking for, what type of content that they are searching for. So we're going to use data to actually create the topics, create the content, etc. Then I'm going to show you how to create some Facebook ads with AI. And then I'll also show you how to create a video sales letter script with AI. So we start off, as I said, with data-driven content ideas. Claude AI, has anyone here heard of Claude AI first? Okay, has anyone used Claude AI? So, for me personally, at the moment, it's more powerful than ChatGPT. So, in the presentation, I'm not even going to show it here about ChatGPT, I'm going to show you my Claude can do. And Claude is currently free, so the best model that they just released now is called 3.5 Solid. And it's currently free for everyone. So even if you don't have a pro version, you don't have to pay for it, you're going to get this most powerful model from Claude. Now, you know, as we hear a lot about LLMs, so LLM is a large language model. So Claude it has its own large language model. Now, put simply, a large language model is a machine learning model that can generate and understand human language text. So initially it was just text, but now it can actually understand images, it can understand videos as well. But put simply, that is what an LLM is. So Claude has their own LLM, and Claude is owned by Anthropic. Now to give you some background, Anthropic has been, so Amazon has invested heavily in Anthropic. So you see there's also like this type of war going on by all these big guys. OpenAI has been invested, Microsoft has invested heavily in OpenAI, Amazon is investing in Claude, Google has their own model, Gemini. So all of them want to have their share of AI. Then, once we get our content ideas, we use a tool called Samrand to write blog posts. Here again, the blog post that's going to be generated is going to be data-driven, based on what is currently ranking on Google. Then we go back to Claude and we'll repurpose all that content into written content. We'll use ideogram to generate high quality AI images. Here again, we can use the free version of ideogram. Canva, we use Canva for carousel posts. You can use the free version of Canva. In video, we'll create professional videos with AI. And then you saw the AI avatar videos that I created, that was created with HeyGen. All of us have this technology at our disposal now. And majority of them you can start for free. So you can't even have an excuse that you can't afford it, for example. Or you're not sure about the return on investment. You can start for free. You don't need to invest anything. So this an overview of how we're going to get to this 264 pieces of content. So as I mentioned, we're going to start with the blog post. That's going to be our pillar piece of content. And then we're going to repurpose that. So I'm not going to give you the framework, I won't show you every single one, but I'll just show you a few examples, and then you can just duplicate that to create your 264 pieces of content. So we create 5 Facebook posts from this one blog post, right? We create 5 Instagram posts, 5 LinkedIn posts, 5 Google Business Profile posts, 5 Twitter posts, 5 Threads, 5 Pinterest posts. That will give us 35 pieces of content. Then we also create 1 LinkedIn carousel post. Does anyone know what's a LinkedIn carousel post? So if you are not creating carousel posts on LinkedIn, you should start now, because those perform really well. Instagram carousel posts as well, same thing. They perform really well. I'm giving you ideas of how to create this type of content. Then Twitter threads also, those work well. You can create this using AI. A LinkedIn article, this we will copy the exact blog post and we publish it as a LinkedIn article. Now, is anyone using the LinkedIn newsletter feature? Anyone? Okay, sometimes. But now you know that anyone has the power to create a newsletter within LinkedIn. What LinkedIn will do is, they will go out and they will find people that they think will want to read that article. And will show it to them without you doing anything. The only thing you have to do is, you have to go and publish it as an article on LinkedIn. Besides that, besides them getting a notification within LinkedIn, that so-and-so has this new article or this new newsletter, they will actually email users and say, certain person has a new LinkedIn article or a new LinkedIn newsletter. So you get free exposure by LinkedIn. This feature is free, you don't have to pay for it. And then also you can create an email from this that will go out to your email list. Because growing your email list is critical as well. Because remember that your email list belongs to you. Social media does not belong to you. You can have 1 million followers. If tomorrow Facebook decides to block you or to kick you out, you've got no way of communicating with your 1 million followers. So you want to create a database, that can be email, phone number, but someday, because that belongs to you. You don't want to rely only on these platforms. And also another thing that I see that's very common, people tend to stick to one platform. So for example, if they like Instagram, they only create Instagram posts. Now we need to become platform independent. Because once we become platform dependent, then we're becoming a slave of the platform. And now at the moment, previously we could get away with just having a website or just doing things on social media or just doing things on email, but that's not the case anymore. We have to create a kind of omnipresence online because our clients are all the time online. You think about it yourself, how many apps do you visit per day? You don't just stick to TikTok or just Instagram or just Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is. You use multiple apps yourself. So your users are doing the same thing. So that's why you want to create content for all the platforms. So I'm showing you a strategy that will allow you to do this, and it will allow you to create text-based content, image-based content, and videos as well. Now, one thing to remember as well, when you're creating a video of yourself, that's going to perform the best. So I'm not telling you that this is going to replace that. This is actually meant to complement whatever you are currently doing. It's not meant to replace it. Because this is good for people who are not doing anything. It's better than nothing. But if you are creating content of you speaking or someone, a representative of your business, then that's going to perform much better. And then you can add this to that and it's just going to complement it and give you that kind of omnipresence online that we are looking for. So once we put all of this together, we get 66 posts per week. Now, if we do this 4 times per month, that is how we get to the figure of 264 pieces of content. Now, you can actually do this in like an hour. You can create 1 week's content, 66 pieces, in under an hour. Now, if you're giving yourself 4 hours, or even if you hire a VA or an assistant to do it, in 4 hours, you can get 264 pieces of content per month. You can do it quicker, but I'm just saying, at least 4 hours, you can get it done. Now, I mentioned that we will use data to create our content. So this is Google Search Console. Does anyone know what is Google Search Console? Okay, so a few people know. So if you don't have Google Search Console on your website, you should add it immediately. Google Search Console is free. It's a tool by Google that will tell you what is happening on your website. So it will tell you what people are searching for to get to your website. It will tell you what pages they are visiting, what devices they are using to get to your website. So all I did here is I downloaded Google Search Console data. And then I went to Claude and I uploaded that data because Claude allows you to upload files into Claude. ChatGPT also does it. ChatGPT is even better at uploading files because ChatGPT, you can upload Excel files, you can crawl the web. Claude, you can just upload PDFs, CSVs, text documents, and you can't crawl the web. So I just fed it the queries file, the search appearance, devices, and the pages. That means queries, what people were searching for to get to that site, search appearance, what it was ranking high for, devices, what device. You can, the main 2 things are the queries and search appearance. Now remember, you can do this with any data. I'm just using Google Search Console as an example. Say you have TikTok, for example, my TikTok account, I can download my data and then upload it to Claude or to ChatGPT, and then ask it to analyze that data. And then based on that, it can create these content ideas. Now, that is going to be data-driven content ideas, because it's going to tell me how many views a video had, how many likes, how many comments, etc. If you're looking for a tool to download your data, the tool I use is called Talk Backup. You can download your TikTok data, you can download Instagram data, and you can download YouTube Shorts data. And I think it's $5 a month. When I bought it initially, it was $20 for life. So now I think it's $5 per month, Talk Backup. So I gave it a prompt. Now, this is another thing. Lots of people, they get afraid when they hear this word prompt. Now, does anyone know what is a prompt? Everybody heard what the word prompt? I'm pretty sure. But simply, it's just the instructions you're giving the AI. It's nothing to be afraid of. And the most important thing is, when we are using AI, all we are doing, firstly, we don't have to be, we don't have to have a degree, we don't have to have qualification, we don't have to be a coder, we don't have to be a marketer to be good with AI. All we need to do is, we need to understand how to understand that. Then we can get the AI to do anything that we want. Currently, the AI is controlling us. It should be the other way around. We need to be controlling the AI. It should be an assistant to us. So all you need to do is you need to understand how to communicate with the AI. And with this as well, lots of people, they copy and paste prompts. So even on my videos, people will ask me for the prompts, I'll send it to them, they'll copy it, they'll paste it, they'll use it. That's fine to use as a guide. But don't continue copying and pasting it into these LLMs. Because what you're doing, you're actually doing yourself a disservice. Because you are just learning how I communicate with AI. You may be completely different. You may have a different way or a different style of communicating. And that doesn't mean that your style is wrong. Or it doesn't mean that my style is right. My style is right for me. So you need to figure out your own style and your own way of communicating with the AI. And that is when you will get the best out of it. So I give it a simple prompt. You are an SEO expert and you specialize in content creation because you want to create content. I want you to analyze this Google Search Console data and give me blog post ideas based on this data. So I'm asking you to use the data to give me this content idea. So Claude came back and he said, certainly, I'll analyze the Google Search Console data you provided and suggest some blog post ideas based on the insights. Let's break this down into a few key areas. Now, this is actually for an IT company in Durban. So it gave me a whole list. Can you see how many content ideas I got, firstly? And this is based on data. It's not just pulling content ideas from the sky. It's based on data. So just from this, how many content ideas I have? Now I just use this one as an example, the benefits of outsourcing IT support for South African small businesses. Now I went to ZimWriter. ZimWriter, now I have been in SEO since 2013. And I can honestly say that this is the best AI blog writing tool out there. Now the founder, Matt Zimmerman, has been in SEO for many years. So this whole tool was built with SEO in focus. So once you sign up for ZimWriter, unfortunately it's not free, but it's still very well priced. So I think it starts from $10, but it's gone up now to $20, I'm not sure. But this will be your home menu. So you can see you have all these options. Now I'm just going to highlight the bulk writer because that's what I'm using for this example. So I went into ZimWriter and I gave the topic. Can you see the same topic? But can you see here it says up to 1,000 titles. That means I can give it 1,000 blog post titles and with one click it will generate 1,000 SEO focused blog posts for me. One click. Now there are a few settings here, and I'm just going to go through the most important ones. So you can choose your model. You can connect multiple models to this. Now for this example, I use Claude 3.5 Solid. You can choose the GPT-4, GPT-3.5, GPT-4o, whichever one you like, you can choose. But I find for longer pieces of content and for content creation, written content creation especially, Claude works well for me. But as I said earlier, currently it works well. Maybe next week or next month, ChatGPT will be better, or Google Gemini will be better. So you don't want to be locked in also onto one AI tool. Then this also generates images for me. So SD3, that stands for Stable Diffusion. So this automatically now will generate an image for me. And as you can see, it's saying each image is going to cost me 0.65 cents. Right? So it's really cheap as well. Then I can choose if I want some heavy images, and the same thing, I chose the same model. I can even choose a free version, but the quality is not that good, so that's why I prefer to use Stable Diffusion. But the two key features that I turned on here is WordPress enabled. What that means is, from ZipWriter, this will automatically add that post into my WordPress website. Now I can set it as a draft if I want, which is recommended, you should always do that. Or I can actually publish it live if I want. But you want to read over whatever you're generating. Because no matter how good it is, all these AI tools, you still need to fact check it, read through it, make sure it makes sense for you and your business as well. And then the second feature here that I'm highlighting is SERP scraping enabled. Now what is SERP? Search Engine Result Pages. So what this is going to do, based on my topic, it's going to pull up the first 5 search results. And it's going to use that as a background to create my article. So again, it's data driven. It's not just writing an article about this topic from anywhere. It's going to write it based on what's currently ranking. You can go back, you'll see the results I'll show you just now, you can do it yourself, search for this topic and you'll see those 5 posts that it scraped are the ones that rank number 1 to 5 currently. So the ones I'm ready, I just click on Start Bulk Writer and then it will get to work. Now it will give me something like this. Now if I got it set to go to WordPress Direct, you'll go to WordPress Direct. But it will give you an output like this. So now this basically is just telling you the settings that you used. But can you see here, it's giving me an estimate of the cost. Because you pay ZipWriter, but you still need to pay the AI models for every word that it creates. So this article cost me just under 11 cents. And it's approximately 1,286 words. So can you see here again, it's relatively cheap. And here are the 5 search results that I told you about. So it crawled these articles that it found that ranked number 1 to 5, and it wrote an article based on that. Now in this it gave me key takeaways, lots of stuff, but I couldn't fit it all in one screenshot. And this was the post that went in automatically to WordPress. So I didn't edit anything, I left it as is. It created up to 5 images, I'm just showing you 2, but these images have been generated by AI. So now it's giving me images plus the text as well. And as I mentioned, this blog post is SEO focused. But even if anyone knows anything about SEO, you still need to go over it, read it, and your normal one-page SEO stuff that you do, just to make it rank even better. And then you can see it gave me frequently asked questions. So now we've got our blog post, right? So all I did was, I copied all the text from that post, I went back to Claude, and I pasted it in. So can you see it pasted that full article? I just copied it from the site and pasted it in. Or I could have even copied it from the text document. And then I gave it this prompt. I said, you are a social media expert. You specialize in creating viral captions. I'm going to give you an article. I want you to create 5 Facebook social media captions that are lengthy and SEO focused. Make 4 of them value-based and 1 with a call to action to read the article. That post should also include my business info. And then I gave the business info. And then I asked you to include viral hashtags add in headings and subheadings where necessary. I also want you to create image prompts for each post. You will use my guidelines to create these prompts. Here are my guidelines. Style, you will automatically choose the style. Subject, same thing. Background, same thing. Lighting, same thing. Camera lens, same thing. You will automatically choose the camera and lens. Now let's go over this prompt. Firstly, I'm giving it a role. And then I'm giving it a speciality as well. And thereafter, I'm giving it a task. But together with that, I'm giving it some data to work with. So my task is I want 5 social media captions. But I'm telling you how I want it as well. I want it to be lengthy and SEO focused. Why am I doing that? Because currently search engines are behaving, currently social media is behaving like search engines. I use it even on my TikTok videos. My videos may be published a year ago, but they still get comments and views till now. Because I create lengthy SEO focused captions. If someone can search for something on TikTok, they'll find some of my videos. The same thing I do on Instagram. So when you're creating captions for social media, keep this in mind. They are becoming search engines. In fact, in America, Gen Z, they are not using Google at all. They are searching in Instagram and TikTok if they are looking for anything. So keep this in mind. You want to take advantage of that. It's simple to do and you will get powerful results from it. And then I'm saying make 4 of them value-based and 1 with a call to action to read the article. Why am I doing this as well? Because currently, everyone is already trying to sell us stuff on social media. So we have become immune to it because everyone is telling us buy all the time. So we want to differentiate ourselves. We want to create some value-based content. So we want people to engage with our content. We want them to see us as an authority in the industry. And then we also will have one with a call to action, but this is to read the article, and we can do sales as well. But we want to concentrate on value-based content. And then I'm giving my business info, and then I'm saying include viral hashtags and adding headings and subheadings where necessary. Why I'm doing this is previously AI is becoming much better, but before it used to give you like one block of unformatted text. Now I don't know about you, but I just by looking at it, I won't want to read it. So by formatting it in subheadings, headings, then you are making it easier for the viewer to consume. And then I'm saying create the images. Now I've been creating AI images I think for almost 2 years now. And what I have found is if you prompt it, you give it the style, the subject, background, lighting, and the camera and lens, that is when you get the best results. But the thing is, I'm not a photographer. So if you ask me about the style, I won't know anything what style to use. What camera and lens, I won't know anything. So I'm getting the AI to choose that. Because I'm telling it now, I want this to be your guideline, but you must choose the camera and lens based on what it feels is the best practices. So that is why I'm going to get better results from it. So this is what Claude gave me. It says, certainly, I'll create 5 Facebook social media captions based on the article you provided, along with image prompts for each post. Here are the captions and corresponding image prompts. So it gave me my value-based prompts, my caption. And thereafter, can you see, it gave me the image prompt. So now I just need to copy all of this, the style, etc. And then I'm going to go to Ideogram. So ideogram.ai, that's the tool. It's free, you can start it for free. I'm still using the free version. You get I think around 25 images per day to use, which is more than enough. Now these images have all been AI generated based on those prompts. Now you see you tried adding a logo. You can just cover that up. You can use something like Canva and then edit whatever is not right. But one thing to keep in mind with AI images, it finds it hard to handle text, and other thing is fingers, or sometimes you add 3 legs or 4 legs, or you give you 2 fingers or 6 fingers. So you need to be careful and check that out. So now I showed you how to do 5 Facebook posts. Now you do the same thing for Instagram, for LinkedIn, Google Business Profile, your Twitter posts, your threads, and Pinterest posts. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I want to create LinkedIn carousel posts. So now I'm asking Claude, create a LinkedIn carousel post from the article, but exclude the image prompts. Because I just want the slides, I don't want the images. So it says, certainly I'll create a LinkedIn carousel post based on the article about outsourcing IT support for South African small businesses. This carousel will consist of 8 slides, including an introductory slide and a closing call to action slide, which is what I want. So it gave me 8 slides. And then all I did was, I went into Canva and I typed in information technology LinkedIn carousel post. So it gave me all these templates. Then I just chose that one. And within Canva, I just changed the images and the colors as well to match the brand color of this business. And I just copied and pasted in the text that Claude gave me. And it created 8 good slides for me that I can use immediately. So that we'll do that for LinkedIn, we'll do the same thing for Instagram, we'll do it for Twitter as well, for the LinkedIn article that I mentioned, and we'll also create an email. Now we're going to create videos as well, because we created some text content, we created image content, but we want some video content as well. So I went back to Claude and I said, create 3 by 30-second video scripts from this article. Do not include scene suggestions, just give me a voice-over script. And Claude said, certainly here are 3 30-second voice-over scripts based on the article about outsourcing IT support for South African small businesses. In script 1, script 2, script 3. Now I mentioned 30 seconds, but remember now, it's not going to be exact because different people speak at different paces. But I want you to understand that this is a short form video that I'm looking for. Then all I did was, so I copied the exact voiceover script that he gave me, and then I went to InVideo. So InVideo.ai. Now I use the script to video feature. If I didn't have a script, I can still create a video. I can just give it a topic and it create a video. But for this, I wanted to add in my exact script because I know that this script is data driven and it will complement all the other content that I am creating. So I just copied it exactly and pasted it in, and then I asked InVideo to do its magic. And
in today's digital world, cybersecurity isn't just an option, it's a necessity. South African small businesses, listen up. Outsourcing your IT support isn't just about cost savings, it's about fortifying your digital defenses. Gain access to
So this video was 44 seconds. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but you get the idea. And this one with no editing. I wanted to show you raw, exactly, for me, just give me the text, this is what you gave me. Now I can go and change the voiceover if I want. I can even add in my own voiceover. If you wanted to hear South African voiceover, you can do that. You can go and change your scenes. So you can add in your own scenes if you want. I just showed you exactly what InVideo gave me. I showed it to you here, right? Then now you need some captions to go with your videos. So then I asked it to create a caption for TikTok for each video. And then it went and created the 3 captions for me. Now again here you can see it's all based on our article. Then I asked you to create a 3-minute video from that same initial article. And then it said, certainly I'll create a script for a 3-minute video based on the article about outsourcing IT support for South African small businesses. And he went and gave it to me. I'm not going to play this, but show it. I went into InVideo, I did the same thing, script to video, added it in, and it created a long form video for me. Now here again, as I said, if you want to edit it, you can edit it. You can change whatever you want. I just copied and pasted it just to show you an example. Then you can even go to Agent. That's the tool that I created my AI avatar from. You can give it a script there, and you can add in your AI avatar as part of your post. So this will now cover our video. So we're going to publish 3 Instagram Reels, 3 TikToks, 3 YouTube Shorts, 3 Facebook Reels, 3 Pinterest videos, 3 LinkedIn videos, 3 Twitter videos, 3 Threads, and 1 YouTube video. Now you can go on my platforms and you will see I publish the exact same content, the same videos I publish on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, wherever I can publish it. Even Pinterest, even though I get very few views on there, but I'll still publish it. Because every now and then I might get a lead from there, and you never know what can happen, where someone might see you. So you want to publish it as many places as possible. So now that is how we get our 66 pieces of content per week. And if we multiply this by 4, that's how we can get to 264 pieces of content per month. Now, does anybody think that they can do this? You can do this. Will this help you in your business?
Yes.
Because the main thing is to take action. One thing is consuming this content and understanding that you can do this, but the most important thing is to take action and actually do it. And especially if you're not doing anything. This is a great place to start. And it's going to give you an advantage. As I told you, you go and look at your competitors. I don't think any of them are creating 264 pieces of content per month. Anywhere in the world, even if you've got competitors around the world, I don't think anyone's creating 264 pieces of content per month. But now you have the recipe, you can go and do it yourself. So now we've got our organic content. So all that was organic content. But now, unfortunately, with social media, it's also a pay-to-play game. So we want to run paid ads as well. We can't only do organic. Organic will only get us so far. Remember, when you're doing organic content, Facebook doesn't gain anything by showing our organic post to everyone. They're not making any money from that. Instagram, we're using for free, we're not paying them. But we expect them to show it to everyone, and then we complain when they don't show it to everyone. But we're not paying the platform for anything. So that is why they need to promote their paid ads. If they make all your organic content work, no one will go into paid ads. And that's where the revenue comes from. So we also want to use AI to create Facebook ads. So this was actually a long prompt, so it's pretty small, but I'm trying to read it. You are now a digital marketer and you specialize in user behavior and research. I want you to create a detailed buyer persona for eyesight computers. We are based in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal. Use all the info you already have to create the buyer persona. Now, can you see what Claude gave me? So it gave me demographics, it gave me the name, age, gender, it gave me background, goal and challenges, pain points, motivations, information sources, decision-making process, preferred communication channels, objections, how eyesight computers can help, and it went on. I couldn't fit everything here in the screenshot. But can you see how detailed it was? It gave me a buyer persona, but why do we want a buyer persona? Because we want our ads to feel, or we want our user or buyer persona to feel that the ad is talking to me. Because once you can do that, once you can get the user to think and feel that this person is talking to me, then you can do anything you want with them. Because remember, marketing is all about psychology. We are trying to get into the minds of our users, of our buyer persona. So now, again, once we create our Facebook ad, it's going to create it specifically for this. Now, if you are advanced and you yourself know who your buyer persona is, then that's even better. Because you can upload your buyer persona to the AI and tell it to use that as a reference. Now, if you don't know your buyer persona, or if you need help with it, you can use all these AI tools to do that. And can you see how detailed this buyer persona is? Then I went back to Claude and I said, you are now a Facebook ad specialist. I want you to write 5 ads for my target audience. The goal is to get them to fill in a form and book an appointment. Use a free cybersecurity assessment as a hope to get them to fill out the form. Use the ADA framework and create the ads in the style of Billy G is marketing. Format output in Markdown, including headings, subheadings, and bullet points where necessary. So now I'm asking it to use a different role as a Facebook ad specialist. And then I'm telling it what I want it to do, and then I'm telling it that I want it to use the ADA framework. Now, does anyone know what is the ADA framework? Anyone? Okay, so ADA framework is a copywriting framework. And if you just add this into your prompts or into your instructions for AI, watch how it changes the output that you get. Because ADA stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. So all of us, we want to get someone's attention, we want to pique their interest, we want to play with their desires, and ultimately we want them to take action. So using this framework, now it's going to write it using that. Again, I said, create ad in the style of Billie Jean is marketing. Now, does anyone know who Billie Jean is marketing? Okay, so at least we've got someone that has heard of him. So he is one of the best marketers in the world with Facebook ads. Now that's another thing. We have the opportunity to call upon industry leaders 24/7. Now I'm calling upon Billie Jean to help me and to write it in his style and his tone of voice. So even if we are doing brainstorming for a business idea, for example, we can ask him to act as Elon Musk, act as Jeff Bezos. We have the power, so we have these industry leaders at our fingertips 24/7. And we want to take advantage of that. And it gave me 5 high-converting Facebook ads for eyesight computers. So the first one, it says, attention Durban business owners. Is your business one click away from disaster? 60% of small businesses fall within 6 months of a cyber attack. And it says, think you're too small to be targeted, think again. Take a free cybersecurity thing. And it says, don't wait for a hacker to give you a wake-up call, act now. Now, if you know Billie Jean, you know this is how he talks. And this is how he writes as well. He has a sense of humor, and he speaks with this tone as well. So even if you look at the last one, it's catchy cutout, but you can see it says, honey, Durban business owners, this offer is hotter than a bunny chow in something. Right? So it understands these industry leaders. And we want to use that to our advantage. Now, because there was such short time, what I would have actually done after this is, I would have asked it to act as the buyer persona and critique those ads. And what it would have done is, now it would have taken the role of the buyer persona, and it would have went and critiqued this as if it was the buyer persona. And that will open up so many questions and objections and suggestions that honestly you would have never thought of if you did it yourself. I want you to try this. Whenever you create some type of content, give it a buyer persona. Then ask it to create the content. Then ask it to act now as the buyer persona and critique these ads. So I spoke at an event, it was actually a certification in Fort Lauderdale. So people paid $5,000 to attend the event. So one guy came up to me and told me, just from that one prompt, the critique prompt, simple, just critique it. He said he got his value for money. So the $5,000 he paid, till now he still speaks to me, and he still uses that one prompt. So that is how powerful it is. So I want you to try it yourself and then test it and tell me the results that you get as well. Now, lastly, I asked it to, I want you to now act as John Benson and create a high-converting video sales letter, VSL, to go with my Facebook ads. Now, does anyone know what is a video sales letter? I'm pretty sure you must have seen it. You may have not known that it's a video sales letter, but John Benson is actually the person that most people attribute to the one that invented the video sales letter. It's basically just a video on a sales page, and instead of reading text, this video is going to help you to take action and to buy whatever or whatever they're offering you. The video is going to help you to make a decision, basically. So now again, I can call upon him, and then it wrote me a high-converting video sales letter. Now I can put this into InVideo, I can put this into HeyGen, because now I can create an AI avatar of a video sales letter of me talking, and then I can use that in my Facebook ad. So I can put that in my landing page, or I can even put it on the Facebook ad itself. Now, one of the most common comments or questions I get is, I can't get good results with AI. That's the most common thing. They say that you showing us something, but when we try, we use it, we don't get good results. Now, the problem with that is, the results you're going to get is only as good as your prompts. So whatever you give it something generic, you're going to get something generic in return. You give it something detailed, explaining what you want it to do, give it a role, a specialty, a task, a goal, give it some data to work with. The more specific and the more info you give it to work with, the better results you will get in return. It's pretty simple. It's just understanding how you communicate. So you need to understand, or you need to know how to communicate with AI and explain it what you want it to do, and be detailed, and then you'll get better results in return. Now, as I'm saying, you want to learn how to communicate with AI. And then you want to go back and forth. Now, in this example, I didn't go back and forth. I just showed you the output that it gave me, just to show you as a demonstration purposes. But you need to read through it, go back and forth, say, oh, this is not good. Tell it. If you're going to tell it it's not good, you're not going to hurt his feelings, because it doesn't have feelings as yet. It may get feelings in the future, but for now, it doesn't have feelings. And you want to make it your own. That is the most important thing. You understand how you communicate. So do that. And another thing I forgot to mention, now this whole thread that I went through in Claude, I will do it in one thread. It's not in multiple threads, because why I'm doing that is, I want it to understand what it did previously. So it has context. So now I can go back and ask it for anything I want on that business. It already has all this data about this business, so it makes everything so much easier. I can create even more pieces of content just on that same thread, because it already understands everything about this business. Now, with AI, if you think about it, it's giving us an intelligent A-grade employee by your side 24/7. But as I said, we want to use it. We've got that, but we need to leverage that. And ultimately, what do we want from AI? What do we want from AI? We want it to save us time, we want it to make us more productive, and ultimately make more money. That is all it's about. And if you use it correctly, it can do all of this for you. And I am an example of that, because it has done all of this for me. And I can honestly say, if I had all these AI tools that are available to us today, available to me back in 2013, honestly, I think minimum I would have grown my business at least 10 times faster. Even, I'm pretty sure even more. But if I had all these tools that we have today available to me back then, I could have grown my business at least 10 times faster. So we want to take advantage of it while we can. So the most important thing is, I said, I want you guys to take action. And all of us can do it, and it's not too late. Now, if you want all the slides and all the tools that I mentioned here, you can get it from here, from this QR code. I think we have some time. I don't know if you guys have any questions. We have some time. We have some time. So first I want to find out, did you guys find this valuable? Absolutely. Or will you guys take action on it? That's the most important thing. Yeah.
It's more of a comment. I think you know as well, we've been talking about this for a long time. And all of these skill sets would normally have been different people. You would have a copywriter, graphics designer, SEO specialist, you could have up to 5 different skill sets to create what you can now do yourself in business, really.
Yeah.
And that's the powerful thing about, and I think a lot of people in general confuse social media. They say, I want to hire a graphics designer and he must handle my social media. Yeah. It's like saying, if I'm building a house and I'm hiring a plumber, but he must build the house. Yeah. It all used to be different skills. And literally what this does now, it allows people not to have marketing departments. It's literally a 1-person or 2-person department that now runs multi-billion rand or billion rand marketing departments. When in the past you would have needed 10 graphics designers, video guys, all of those things. Yeah. And that's why it's so exciting.
Yeah. And one thing, before I take a question, one thing is, you know, like how we personally use it in our agency. We will create, now have you, any of you tried creating GPTs? In ChatGPT, you have the feature GPTs. That's basically you giving it a task to be that person or take on that role. So we will have multiple GPTs. Firstly, we created GPT for every client, but besides that, we created GPT for just creating YouTube titles, for creating captions, for creating any type of content. So we leverage the power of GPTs because now it is free to everyone. But unfortunately, with the free version, you can't create GPTs, you can only use them. But one thing you can try this, all of you have tried GPTs. Do you know that if you add in an @ sign, you know when you're chatting with one GPT, adding an @ sign, it will allow you to call upon other GPTs, and then you can use it together. There can be multiple GPTs, but you can all use it in one thread. And Claude has something called projects now, which is very powerful. It's similar to GPTs. Sorry, you had a question?
Okay, you mentioned it.
Okay. Anyone else? Does anyone else have any questions?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment.
Okay.
So, interestingly enough, I'm a transformational life coach, right? And a digital business practitioner. So last night I watched a webinar around how AI is basically incorporated into coaching.
Yeah.
It was absolutely fascinating. And coming back to your point about the critique, they did an exercise where when you video your actual coaching session, you actually ask the AI to critique your own. It is mind blowing. I mean, you know about your eye contact, your body language, your it was just remarkable what a critique it was. And obviously now that can help you improve yourself.
Yes, and you would have never even thought about
it.
it.
I was shocked when I saw that. I mean, I thought to myself, we live in an amazing age.
Yeah, and we want to take advantage of it. We don't want to let it pass us by and then regret later on, oh, I was in this era, I missed it.
Absolutely.
But also another thing to keep in mind, all the AI tools out there, now they're getting much better, but initially, most of them were not market ready. They were just feeling that they would miss out on this AI rush, so they need to put it out there and make their money. But honestly, if you try and keep up with every single AI tool that's coming, you'll never, it's impossible. Because there's so many AI tools coming out daily. And as I said, majority of them are not even market ready. They're just trying to push out something so that they feel that they're not going to miss out on this AI rush.
So one more comment, Mohammed. Mohammed will tell you it's moving 10x every 6 months. So that's the speed at which it's moving. So what you see here in 6 months will be 10 times more powerful and more interesting. So it's not static, and we're at a very early stage of this. So this is still the early part, what you see. It's not even
and that's actually a good thing for me. You know why? People are from America, if they learn everything from me the first time, they won't call me again. Because it's important me, they have to call me back again to update them. So it's good for me, so I use that to my advantage. So even if I do consulting, for example, or coaching, I have to carry on giving them refresher because things are going to change. Something can be outdated in a few months. So they come back and now they want to be updated. So it's my duty now, I have to stay up to date with the technology as well. Sorry, you had a question.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. I'm interested from a point of view of social good. Have you had experience in terms of simple projects, for example, promoting education or dealing with drugs, using AI?
I haven't done it personally for that specifically, but 100% can work for that as well. It can work for any industry.
Sure.
That is the magic of it. There's no industry that you can say it won't work with.
Sorry, one more point. That brings me to your subscription model. And obviously keeping in touch is the hard part.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about that. You can subscribe to your, what do you have, Chen?
I started a community now because people in America wanted me to create a community in a way they can come and contact. That's why I now integrate why they create earlier. So I think if you go on to this, you add in your email on the second page, you'll see it says they join my community and there's a link there. So it's just basically where I give people access to me. We have weekly group calls. Then they get a free, the whole AI content mastery, the 264 pieces of content. I go into detail about that. They get that for free. They get a chat GPT, not only for chat GPT, any area on the fundamentals, how to prompt it, how to get started with it. You get that course for free, that training for free. And you also get access to AI Lead Builder. That's my software. You get access to that with your community subscription.
Well, you also keep people in the community in the loop with the new tech.
Yes, and we have weekly calls. So today is my call. I'm going to go back to my home, 9 o'clock, because I have to accommodate for people all around the world. We've got members from America, from Middle East, from UK, Europe, from Africa. So
your community is on what platform?
I created my own, so it's on my own platform. So it's built on AI Lead Builder.
Okay.
So if you get AI Lead Builder, you'll see that it has a feature, community feature. So today at 9 o'clock will be our weekly call. So we try to accommodate people from all around the world.
We're going to see you, not your avatar, right?
No, you see me. You see me.
Just go poke him now, yeah, just make sure he's here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are attorneys, right? And one of the reasons why we're actually here is because we obviously need to start integrating AI into our workplace before we become obsolete as attorneys.
Yeah.
Especially since, in America, there's the new first lawyer to represent somebody.
Yeah.
Recently, I was on Alan Star speaking about the legal challenges that are associated with AI, and it refers specifically to the data privacy. With AI constantly changing, there's people that are constantly monitoring information that goes with AI. And then when you're on the internet and you're going to this virtual secretary things and you're inputting information, like also a lack of legislation regulating AI. In the place, especially considering, the world is constantly changing, the AI is constantly changing. So there's nothing to regulate, especially in terms of trademark law, copyright law, that sort of thing. Have you encountered any challenges thus far with regards to copyright, trademarks?
So firstly, everyone should be wary of that.
Yes.
Right? And people take this for granted, they don't think about what they're doing. Don't enter sensitive information, firstly. Secondly, what you should do immediately is you have the feature to turn off data sharing. So that means, I don't trust it anyway, even though they say that, because I still think they're sharing your data. But at least you got something, I don't know, to make you feel better or something. But still, don't add in your ID number or even customer data. Imagine now if there's a breach. I don't know if you heard of the Samsung, what happened to Samsung employees. That was when ChatGPT came out, not so long after it came out. Samsung employees went to ChatGPT, asked it to correct some code, and that code was leaked. Now they didn't stop the data being shared. And then the two employees, the second employee, he uploaded meeting notes, and it got leaked. But that was a good thing because they got stricter on it, or they say they got stricter on it. But I don't know, you know the story about OpenAI and its founder, Sam Altman. So they had a security department, right? So there were lots of people. And I think last month, or a few months ago, they all left that department. Because they say that he is not considering security. He's only want to add new features, and he's thinking of that last. But you know what he did? And he made himself that department. So he's in charge of that department now. So everyone left, and most of them joined Claude, Anthropic, because they say they take data privacy seriously. But all he did was he put himself in charge of that. So you can just Google it, Sam Altman and the security board. And they got a proper name for that department. I don't know what it is, but you just Google security board and Sam Altman, you'll find an article. So, as the question was, definitely everyone has to be wary. Unfortunately, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what specifics go into it or what legalities there are. But you just need to use your common sense. Don't upload, especially customer data, because it's easy for me. I can upload customer data because customers give us data. But now I'm afraid, especially as a lawyer, now you can't go and upload customer data. Because you're going to have sensitive info, even if they say they're not sharing it. But you have to consider that before you upload any data. But unfortunately, I can't tell you what is the legalities of it. But just you need to use your discretion.
I'm not an IP lawyer or a copyright lawyer, but especially in terms of copyright and creation of data and images where they actually use data, or the AI uses data from somewhere else and they actually accidentally copyright something. The problem with our current legislation in terms of the Copyright Act and the Trademark Act, it provides for natural persons and juristic companies. So it actually doesn't hold AI accountable at all.
And people are taking advantage of it. So you have to use common sense there and just be wary whenever you are.
But look, Mohammed, it's a global problem. So from a legal perspective, globally everybody's applying their mind to it as well. The genie is out of the bag already in terms of the technologies out there. No one can stop it now. The Chinese are now planning on it, and I think OpenAI has been banned down in China as we speak. So the Chinese models are moving very fast.
They are very powerful.
Very clean and all of that. And I think that when you're using any form of tech, when you're using email, you're sending documents, it's on a server somewhere.
Even the passwords.
Yeah, even the password. The fact of the matter is the data is there. It's sitting on a Gmail server or your service provider or anything like that.
And another thing, all these language models are only as powerful as the data they have. If they've got no data, they can't give you anything back in return. And if we think about it, Google has the most amount of data, don't they? Because we're using Gmail, Play Store, Maps, YouTube, everything for free. We're not paying them. But I'm pretty sure they take our data and they feed it into the model. So we have to be wary of that, and that you have to consider that. Any other questions?
Oh, yeah, one question. Sorry, obviously, when you're creating content, right? What are the chances that if two people did exactly the same prompt?
Impossible. So because it's hallucinating. It's not hallucinating, it's thinking of what to write next, so it won't duplicate the exact same thing. It can maybe make it similar, but it won't be an exact copy.
Okay.
Because everyone will be unique.
And also it depends largely on your prompt, right? Obviously, about how specifically.
But even I give you the prompt, you copy it, the exact prompt, I'll get a different output, you get a different. Maybe similar structure, tone, etc., but it won't be word for word exactly.
I think one important word is hallucinating. It makes up stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of the stuff it gives you makes up.
Right.
I think one lawyer last year in South Africa got caught up when he lost the case.
Yeah.
It made up.
It's made up a case.
It made up a case law that wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's getting better. It's stopped. I think there's a 30% hallucination element.
And they're getting better.
They're getting better as it comes. So please read your stuff before you set it out.
Yeah. And that is why this one works well because you're giving him data to work with. So he doesn't have to hallucinate. Because you're feeding him data. It still will. I'm not saying it won't hallucinate at all. Because currently that's what it does. But it will be better if you feed him some of your own data, but it's critical to read over everything, to make sure that it's factual. And then it makes sense to your business also. You don't just want to copy and paste stuff.
So what's a tool I use a lot? Because I literally use the voice feature. And it learns my tone.
Yeah.
So it knows how I speak. And now it puts out output, it uses my words, my tone, my style of speaking to make it sound more.
What should you do?
When I use ChatGPT voice.
Okay.
So it learns your tone. So they say, oh yeah, I know your tone. So
Yeah.
I'll use your tone for all the output, and so it doesn't look very AI.
So have you seen the GPT-4.0 update that they announced a few months ago? Or I think, it's over a month ago, but it still hasn't been released. But you can go on YouTube, you can go to the OpenAI channel, where they're using ChatGPT for people that are visually impaired. So because now what it's going to do, you can previously just give it text, it can understand text. You give it an image, it can understand what's on the image. Now it can understand video. So I can be here, live. I can be doing this live and ask it what it can see. It will tell me what it can see. You can see the demos on YouTube. Go to the OpenAI YouTube channel and search there for GPT-4.0 update. And you'll see all the crazy things it's doing. Even real-time translation is doing that. It even has emotions. So it can firstly see what emotions you are portraying, and then it can portray its own emotions as well. So you can start laughing. You can see in the demo, they demoed it, but they haven't released it as yet to the public. That's where they had that problem, I know, with Scarlett Johansson, with the voice that they used. And she's so...
And I think the kids are having a party at school at the moment. It's doing their homework for them, it's giving them answers. Because I have done last week as well, where all the subjects, the essays submitted were also AI generated. So the school model is going to be retaught as well. Because so tuition, tutors are now irrelevant. ChatGPT looks at your problem and it takes you long to solve it. Obviously, they give you the answer straight away as well.
Even in that GPT-4 update, it does a math problem.
It does a math problem.
With the guy from Khan Academy, him and his son, they actually do the demo for OpenAI. It solves the math problem.
So the scary thing is, kind of accept they wrote the technology, but they actually don't know how it works. They don't. It's doing its own thing, and they don't really know. They can't control it really. So they think in 5 years we'll reach what they call it? AGI, which means basically it's like Terminator basically. Where you can think, do things on its own, how it's prompted, and it will do. Yeah.
So what other questions? I'm not trying to monopolize this.
Let me just take a
Okay,
Okay, so the question that I had was actually around one of the tools that we use, Agent. So I'm familiar with Agent. but I've never ever used the translation aspect of it. So, I've never ever changed any video to, for example, say Chinese or Arabic. How accurate is that translation actually? Because this could be something that could really work in the South African market in terms of making educational resources in vernacular languages available in South Africa, right? So how accurate is that? I see your mouth moves with the languages, which is fantastic. But
how accurate is
yeah.
it? So with that as well, it's getting better over time. Unfortunately, I don't understand these languages, so I can't tell you. But from the people that I spoke to, especially in Spanish, because in America there's lots of Spanish people, speaking people. So I did a Spanish one, and I asked them how accurate it was, and they told me it was yeah. But I don't think I know about myself because I don't speak Spanish. But according to them as well, it's getting better. Because now, even if you go for Spain, it will tell you Spain, and then it will tell you Spain, Mexico, Spain, so different dialects they get from that. But these can be really helpful.
Definitely, especially in terms of education
yeah.
and stuff. In South Africa, there's a lot of children that don't know their own language anymore, so that is, a big aspect for them.
Sorry, the question I was going to ask you is, I'm busy writing a book, right? So I'm just curious to know, if you had to feed your own writing, for example, into this kind of
That's what you should do.
Yeah, because I am hopeless at very typing, right?
No. So then if you don't have your own writing, look for someone that you like, the style, feed in that. Wow. But before you do that, I want you to do this.
Right.
Ask him to interview you.
Wow. Right.
Ask him to interview you and ask him, can tell you what you want to do. I want to write a book. I want to write a book. Right. These are my skills. This is what I want to just give him a brief draft, but then tell him, interview me now to get all these answers out of me. Because you would have never thought about all those questions and watch the result that you will get.
That's mind-blowing. Awesome.
So if you upload your previous content, all your videos, all of those, people learn your style.
Okay, so I think we've done.
So long.
I say, for instance, maybe a game is slow.
Yeah.
I say about can I put those products into the program? It also each program.
We'll do that. You can even use SEO, that is give your meta title and meta description in product. And ChatGPT, if you want to go to the camera, just upload the image, say what you want to create a Facebook
Muhammad is going to be around, so if you've got any other questions, please, you will be around.
Oh, sorry, I got.
Yes, welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you that attended the workshop. On behalf of the Minara Chamber of Commerce, I would like to thank our vote of thanks to all presenters, organizers, attendees for making this AI transformational workshop a success. Your contribution and participation has made this event informative and engaging. We would like to thank our presenters for sharing their knowledge and expertise with us today. John Giza, Asmal Muhammad, Suleiman Sheikh as well. Your insights have been valuable and we appreciate the time and effort in putting and preparing this AI transformation workshop. We would like to express our gratitude to the organizers putting together a seamless and well-executed event as Muhammad and your team. Your hard work and attention to detail have not gone unnoticed. Finally, I would like to thank all attendees for taking the time to join us today. Your participation and engagement has made this truly interactive and collaborative experience. Once again, thank you to everyone for your contribution, and we're looking forward to see you at the next workshop. And on behalf of Minara Chamber of Commerce, we would like you all to go onto their website and have a look. There's some business awards. I think you've got to complete the application form. And if you're not a member, go into the website and also complete the membership form. It will be great if you all join us as well. Well, thanks once again.
Something